A while back I made a video showing how to make the HyperX QuadCast sound like a pro using Sonar. That video hit over 100k views, and look, Sonar is still great software, still free, still works. But after using Wavelink 3.0 for a while now, I think Elgato quietly turned this into a better option for 2026 moving forward. They keep updating and keep improving it, and now it's free for any mic. No Elgato hardware needed. So in this video, I'm going to show the full setup with the HyperX QuadCast using Wavelink 3.0. Same mic, better software. And I have been running this setup live on Twitch for a while now. Destroyed 3 fireflies. Okay. Need to get out of here though. Not just for this video, but also in real stream. So what you're hearing from me right now is this result. This is the QuadCast through Wavelink 3.0. Now, before we start, I want to mention that this works for the original QuadCast, QuadCast 2, and also the QuadCast S. I'm in the OG right now, original QuadCast, but people are already confirmed in my other videos that the setup is exactly the same for the variation of S for Sonar, and also using Wavelink should actually works all the other HyperX QuadCast models as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. So let's start with the software that we are going to use, which is Elgato Wavelink, which actually have a change in the version of 3.0 with a big update, meaning that you don't need any Elgato hardware to use anymore. Now you can use with any mic, any setup. You just download it, add your QuadCast as a channel, and you are in. Now the software itself is free. You can get the EQ, compressor, noise removal, routing, all free. There is also voice focus, which is an AI noise removal. This one you buy separately inside Wavelink, and I will show where, but even without it, the free EQ, compressor, and noise removal alone is a huge difference. And don't forget to drop the like if this is already sound useful. Now, to install the Elgato Wavelink, go to the Elgato website, downloads page, search for Wavelink 3.0, and when you found, download it and install. It's a super easy process and super fast. When it opens, you will see the mixer layout. It will look like empty right now, but it's totally fine. Let's go ahead and add your mic. Now, what are you going to do? You're going to click on the plus button to add a new input channel, and your QuadCast show up as a USB device. So you go ahead and select it, and it gets added as a channel. Now, you can see your mic input coming through Wavelink, which is totally fine, and that's what you're looking for. Now, before we do any EQ, we need to get the gain right first, because if the gain is wrong, nothing else that we're gonna do after is going to fix it. So the two things first, the mic position. I'm actually about a fist from the mic, and that's actually what you want it to be on this mic. Not 6 inches from your ear, not actually across the room, is in front of you and close. That alone removes a lot of background noise before the software even touch it. Second, the physical gain knob on the bottom of the mic, set right here to the first dot. That's it, not halfway, not full, first dot. I made a mistake early on, but the high hardware gains mean Wavelink picks up twice the noise, not twice the voice. Now, in Wavelink, your voice should hit between -12 and -15 decibels in the input meter when you talk normally. But since the Wavelink, you cannot see the decibels indicator, I would leave around here, adjust from there. And just so you know, the meters that I have on my OBS, this is exactly what I'm telling you. You wanted to keep it on the yellow, not touching much on the red. This is exactly how you want your gain to be when you go to your stream or to record like this. Also, in the bottom of the mic, polar pattern dial. Make sure you are in the Cardioid. Second symbol from the right, Cardioid means it only picks up in the front of the mic. The other patterns pick up everything around, so don't use them unless if you actually need to use in that specific way. Now let's go ahead and kill the background noise. Click the effects icon on your QuadCast channel. You are going to actually add effects right here. The free option first, that's what I'm going to show you. Search for Elgato Noise Removal in the Wavelink Marketplace. It's completely free. You go ahead and add it, turn it on, and keep it straight between 50 to 80%. Do not go to 100%. It will start cutting off your laughs or exciting moments. Not great for stream, so keep that in mind. Now, we do also have a better option, and this is what I'm using right now with this microphone, which is the voice focus. You can buy this directly from Elgato Marketplace inside Wavelink. It is a $49.99 lifetime license. It is an AI power significantly better than the free noise removal. It separates your voice from everything else, from fans, from keyboard, keyboard, AC, all gone. Same rule applies, keep it straight under 90%. However, I think the noise removal is still doing a great job if you do not want to spend any money at all. But here's the thing, and this is what most people don't realize. Voice Focus, it is a VST3 plugin. That means that it does not only work inside WaveLink, you can also drop it directly into DaVinci Resolve timeline. So if you record a clip with bad room noise, for example, background hum or just messy raw audio, you can actually fix it in post with the same plugin. So the same $49.99 that you expend for the license, it will work not only for live stream, but also inside your video editor. So you're basically paying for a tool that fixes your mic live on stream and cleans up when you record audio in post. For content creation, that actually is really good deal. Now, before we go into the next stage, which is the EQ, make sure when you log in your WaveLink, you log in under your account so you can directly go to Marketplace through WaveLink. So let's go ahead and do this now. You're gonna go to the Marketplace in WaveLink, download the Elgato EQ plugin. It's a completely free plugin, add to your QuadCast channel, and let's go ahead and customize further. So one more thing, do not copy my exactly numbers. Every voice is different, but what I can give you is the areas where to focus on, and you will fine tune from there. So I highly recommend that when I give you the EQ, you can copy if you like the setup, or I will gonna share later on it. Now, if you feel that it's not working well for your voice or your room setup, just tweak a little bit more or less in certain areas, and I'm sure you're going to find the right tune that you're looking for with the HyperX QuadCast. Now, here is my starting points on the EQ. I usually use a low cut around 80 Hz, cut rumble from desk vibrations and keyboard noise. Then I go ahead and add a small cut in the 200 to 300 Hz range that removes like the boxy and the muddy sound from the microphone. And also I'm going to add a small boost around 3 to 5,000 kilohertz, adds presence and clarity to the microphone. And also gonna add a light boost at 10,000 kilohertz that adds a little of air on the top. Now take those as a start point, move each band, listen to yourself. It takes about 10 minutes to find your voice. When you find it, write it down somewhere and make sure that you can actually toggle this as you need it to use it for your content. Now, the last plugin that is very important is the compressor. Same place, Elgato Marketplace is also free, add to your mic chain. And just one important thing, this chain from remove your background, EQ, and compressor has to be in this order to make sure that you got the correct chain for the best result possible. Now, what the compressor usually does, it keeps your volume consistent. When you whisper and when you get loud, the level stays stable. Is really important for streaming. Now, it's very simple setup. Thresholds around -20 to -25 dB. The ratio is 3:1 for a natural sound, but if you want a more broadcast radio feel, you probably want to use 4:1. The attack is about 10 milliseconds. The release, I suggest to be 150 milliseconds. Then raise the makeup gain until your meter hits between the -10 and -5 decibels. And that's it. Don't overthink the compressor. Now look, this is the step that most tutorials skip. And this is the reason people say that they follow everything but nothing change. Inside WaveLink, go to settings, then audio devices. Right here, you can set your input and output directly. Lock them out. And here's the part that makes this really useful. When this lock option is enabled, what it does tell WaveLink is to hold your audio device settings even if your Windows decide to reset them after an update. Because Windows will do that, it will change your default audio device and your background, and suddenly your whole setup sounds wrong. So this is really, really important. With this locked, you are protected. WaveLink keeps your input and output exactly where you set them. No surprises after Windows update, so I highly recommend to do this. Now go to any app you're using, OBS, Discord, and make sure WaveLink is selected as your mic input there too. And that's it. You are done. Then to use this mic to any other app like OBS, Discord, Zoom, make sure you select the WaveLink channel that you name it for this mic inside WaveLink. All right, so right now, after all the information about the EQ, the noise removal, voice focus, I wanted to show you right here live. Now you're hearing this microphone out of the box, no EQ at all. And this is going to my WaveLink right here. As you can see, this is my WaveLink. This is my main WaveLink that I use for streaming and content creation. It's different than when we start adding to a brand new wavelength, and I add the channel right here on the bottom where I name microphone HyperX QuadCast. Right here, you're going to click in this icon right here. If it doesn't have this icon, you go over here and you're gonna add an effect. Right now, I have, as I mentioned, Elgato voice focus, Elgato EQ, and Elgato compressor. I don't have much noise in this room, so you may not gonna hear the difference, but I have a keyboard that I can show you. If I type, you're gonna be able to hear the keyboard. Now, one thing I want to notice as well, this keyboard, no matter if you use a voice focus or noise removal, it does not gonna completely take the keyboard sound away. It will help it, the keyboard don't sound much at all, but if you're going to be playing a game, I don't think it's going to be noticeable at all, which I have been doing in my streams, and I don't see any keyboard sound while I'm playing. But if you're actually typing and be quiet, it eventually will. But now let me go ahead and show you. So in voice focus, I'm going to show you first the noise removal. I'm going to add over here Elgato. I already download noise removal. I'm going to add it. And when I turn noise removal, you will give me like already turn on. And over here is where you can set up the way you want it. And as we mentioned, this is actually the threshold that I usually recommend. You can go over about 80%, no more than that. And then just leave it as it is like this and tweak as if you need it, okay? So eventually on the setup and the default should be fine. And what you do, you move the noise removal to the top. Always in the top before EQ and before compressor. So this is how it sounds with noise removal, with killing some noise on your room. And now I'm gonna add the EQ. Now the EQ that I'm adding here is this EQ right here that I've been using the entire video. I'm gonna also make sure you guys can download this EQ, and I'm also gonna have this one right here, which this is the starting point for anyone who wanted to tweak further to this. And I'm going to also put on the description this one that gives you a little bit more bass if you wanted to add more bass, and then you can tweak for your voice over here. So all those three EQs is gonna be linking on the description below and also in the comments, so don't forget to check there as well. But I'm going to use it for now. I'm going to use this one that I have been using on the starting video. So this is how it's going to sound with this EQ. And actually, I'm going to have to turn on because I didn't turn on. So this right here is how it sounds with this EQ. Also, I'm going to turn on the compressor. Again, the compressor is something that you can tune as you want over here. I'm using a 301. If you want a broadcast, you can go to 421. And this is my settings that I'm using. I'm not actually giving extra gain. If you need extra gain, you can do over here instead of OBS. But for now, as I record this video, this is how it's being set up. When you add the compressor right here, this is how it's going to sound with those three plugins: the noise removal, the Elgato EQ, and the Elgato compressor. Those are completely free, the software and those plugins. If you want to add a pay for the voice focus for this microphone or for the wavelength, you can also use that plugin to add to your DaVinci Resolve if you wanted to fix audio there too. Right now, I'm going to take out noise removal and I'm going to add voice focus. So voice focus is an AI that actually does focus on your voice and take everything else noise around you. So if I'm going to type in my keyboard, you may be here, but definitely going to hear less than before. But if you're going to just play, like if you're going to be playing or something, you're probably not going to be hearing much. And I always suggest to leave it like around 80, 75% here. The more you tweak here, the more you're not going to hear any noise in the room, but your voice is going to sound a little bit like artificial. But it still sounds okay. It sounds great. And the more you put on the weak side, the more you're going to be actually open to hear more your room, but also your voice is going to be sound a little bit more natural. I always suggest to put around 75, around here, 75, 70%. And it should actually kill most of the room, depending of your room as well and how noisy it is to how treat it is. All right, so now a few things that I wish someone told me before I set all this up. Number one, physical gain knob first, software second. Always first dot on the knob and done. So that's the main thing. You make sure that this is first gain and then the software. Number 2 is the Cardioid mode only. The other pattern exists on this microphone, but it's for stream Cardioid every time. Now the number 3 is the Windows routing. I just show you, don't skip it. Most people get stuck exactly here, so make sure that you lock it on Wavelink. Number 4, don't copy anyone's EQ exactly. Different voice, different room, different results. Start from mine, tune it to yours. And number 5, this works on the QuadCast S2 and the other versions. Multiple people already confirmed that in Sonar, and I'm sure and Wavelink will be the same. The mic could be different, the quality could be different, the layout is different, but basically the EQ, it works on all those versions of the QuadCast as well. So look, Wavelink 3.0 is free. EQ, compressor, noise removal, all free as well. Now, voice focus is a pay add on it, and it's worth it if you want the cleanest result for your content. But even with the free version, this actually makes your QuadCast sounds completely different. Now, this is all the EQ for enhancing the QuadCast HyperX. I'm gonna leave also on the description below in the comments the EQ that you can actually copy and add it to your Wavelink as well and tweak from there. Also drop a like if this helped your mic in the comments. And what software are you using before this? Or are you using nothing at all? Let me know under the comments below. Again, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.